Now at 4, a child hit by a Waymo self-driving car near a Santa Monica elementary school.
Now that child is okay, and the incident is being investigated. CBS LA's Joy Benedict speaking with parents this afternoon who say they're confident Waymos are safe.
Pickup and drop-off outside an elementary school can be chaotic, but at this Santa Monica school Friday morning, it also turned dangerous.
It was very scary. Thank God everyone's okay.
Parents heard quickly that a 10-year-old child was struck by a Waymo autonomous car.
But if it was a regular car, a regular person, they may not have been able to stop as quickly as the Waymo.
It happened around 8:30 in the morning on this residential road. A neighbor snapped this photo after the fact as the Waymo had stopped and waited for police. Waymo released a statement saying in part, "Our technology immediately detected the individual as soon as they began to emerge from behind the stopped vehicle." The Waymo driver braked hard, reducing speed from approximately 17 miles per hour to under 6 miles per hour before contact was made. Waymo's technology alerted 911. The child was seen by paramedics but wasn't hurt.
I think that those types of incidents are going to happen. Lots of cars have incidents with people in them. Some of them are driven by robots.
Emery Izat lives across the street from where the accident happened and also has a 10-year-old.
Look, man, Waymo is in Santa Monica and they hit a kid. Waymo's been having a lot of issues in Santa Monica. If you don't know what Waymo is, it's the driverless, basically taxi where they come pick you up. There's nobody in the front seat because it's all autonomous. Cool concept, but they're testing out. They're doing this in the wrong area. If you've never been to Santa Monica is very crowded, very small, a lot of people, very dense, tight areas. And Waymo's been having a lot of incidents in Santa Monica. I tell you this, if you work for Waymo's PR team, you are working 24/7 because there's always something. Just the other day, they had another issue where they were hitting cars and crashing. Another one is they hit a police or they went through a police thing, hit a fire truck. Waymo is just, they need to get out of Santa Monica. I feel like Waymo is not there yet. My thing about autonomous cars is this. Autonomous cars only works when everybody's autonomous. It's really hard for autonomous cars to think as if the person's in the car, right? Like they said, oh, well, things are going to happen. Yeah, they're going to happen, but it's really bad when there's nobody in the car. That's the biggest thing about Waymo. That's the biggest thing that people are complaining about Waymo. Also, too, they have a lot of security issues. Just one incident they had where they had a guy stuck in the back or really sneaking to stay in the back to possibly poach on female, riders. There's just a lot of things that Waymo has overlooked. And this is just their latest incident where they hit a child. No matter how fast you were going, whether you went from 17 to 6, you still hit a child. There's still things that you can't, account for when there's nobody in that car. Is it a cool thing? Is it a cool concept? Yes. Have they made a lot of money? Yes. But I feel like they're just testing everything and trying to make their platform better. But that can come at the risk of lives and, hurting people. It's tough. It's really tough. I really feel like I would not test Waymo in, like a LA. That's why you don't see like Tesla. Tesla's testing it more like in the, Texas area. The driverless Teslas aren't in LA because they know it's a very difficult thing. And you definitely want to build up your platform and build up your cars in other areas before you bring it to the LA area. Because if you ever been to Santa Monica, very small streets, very busy, very dense, a lot of people, a lot of cars. And this is why you always hear about Waymo having problems in Santa Monica. I have no idea why they chose Santa Monica. I would have chose maybe somewhere in the valley first, but I get it. Santa Monica, money. A lot of people will take it, right? But it's just one of those things that we see. I'm just like, I understand it. It's a cool concept. It makes sense in the future, but not right now.
Children have been talking to each other like, oh, well, the robot's better at stopping than people, so it's okay. You can just step in front of it.
And although we don't know what prompted the child to go into the street, the Santa Monica Police Department says had there been a driver, they wouldn't have been at fault. Writing in a statement, the student entered the roadway outside the available crosswalk and away from the on-duty crossing guard. And although the debate will surely continue about where and when autonomous vehicles should be used, these parents say in this this incident. They're glad it was a robot in charge of the brakes.
Well, obviously, we see what CBS is doing. They are definitely in favor of Waymo. And you definitely see that some people in Santa Monica are in favor of Waymo because they're saying, oh, you know, if that was a person, they wouldn't be at fault. We all know this. If there was a person in that car and they hit a kid, no matter how fast they hit them, they would have still been at fault. We know that. There's so many people that lost money. There's so many insurance companies that paid out. You're still going to get paid out because you still got hit by the car. No matter what, they will blame the car. So let's stop that nonsense. And we all know, you know, about that. But as you see that there's some people in Santa Monica, there's networks that are in favor of the Waymo and they're protecting the Waymo. But at the end of the day, it still needs to be safer. It still needs to have somebody in there for the time being to account for these things and maybe help with these things. It just needs to be better. But it's using Santa Monica as its training ground, and I don't know if Santa Monica is the perfect place to do that.
I think it's the way of the future, and maybe safer than a driver, we don't know.
We're in an age where we're going to have to teach our kids to, you know, treat machines that have some intelligence the way that they would treat people that have some intelligence.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is also investigating this crash, and the police department tells me they'll have representatives in town next week. From Santa Monica, I'm Joy Bennett.
Yeah, I just wonder, as far as when we look at the Waymos, is it in the future for sure? Is it in the near future? I don't think so. Why do I not think so? Because I always going to say I will only trust autonomous cars fully when everything's autonomous. It's hard to have an autonomous car and you have people drive it because the autonomous vehicle can't account for the other people's actions. So when that vehicle's in the lane, they're not like, you know, they're scanning, but they're not like how we're scanning. We're looking at different things. We're looking at this car, this car, this car. We're looking at so many different things. I think that's where the Waymo struggles. And you see, this is the reason why they keep having struggles in Santa Monica. So I don't know. You know, it's a cool thing. But when you look at people that are innovators in this space, Tesla, Elon Musk, right? Why didn't he bring the driverless Teslas and stuff like that to LA first? He did it in Texas. Texas is a little bit bigger, not as dense. You know, some cities are, but they're not crazy like how we have Santa Monica. Elon Musk is smart. He did it in a city, in a state that has more ground, more width, more space to account for these things. And then he improves the technology as it goes. Whereas Waymo said, put us right in the thick of it. We'll figure it out. So I don't know. We just got to, you know, you in Santa Monica, be safe around them Waymos. Don't be walking around all crazy and hold your kid's hand at the end of the day. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we keep this thing rock, keep it going. I appreciate you guys' support. We're going to keep this thing rocking. Make sure you join the Patreon. Go get our Patreon. Link is in the description. No Filter Morning Show coming very soon. I'm going to get this thing going, get this thing rocking to talk to you guys every single day. But at the end of the day, man, I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.